our topic, the issue topic is this. Does technology really hamper intergenerational communication? So this is the topic. And then, overall, it's called Action Plan Project, but it includes two things. For this big project, it's a whole semester project, include two things. The first one is issue research and discussion. We have to understand this issue and then generate the final conclusion in order to take action. So the first phase will be issue research and discussion. For this first phase, you have to submit this. You have to turn in individual research report, individual research paper, even though you did this research as a group, collectively. But each of you in this group have to turn in your own research report. Good? And then also group presentation. Okay? And the group presentation is on April 9th. Individual research report due April 11th. And the second phase is action plan. So for the action plan, you have to make group plan project that's due June 4th. And I will give you example, and I will upload photo. I will announce like when we tour the staff. And also your group on stage final presentation for your action plan. Good? This is what you have to hand in. You have to complete for doing this project. Clear? Yes. Now, move to, so we're at step 1 for phase 1. Okay. Phase 1, issue research and discussion, 3 weeks, weeks 6 to 8, starting from today to April 9th. Okay, so today you have to do this in class. Hopefully you can get it done. Since we all know the issue, first one, you have to define the issue. What is the issue and why is it important? And then you have to identify your perspectives and think about what other multiple perspectives can we consider, and also who are the stakeholders. You know, even the same stakeholders will have different perspectives. Okay, everyone's busy taking photos. I'm not sure if you were listening to me. Photo time. 5 seconds. You need to take photo. Photo time, 5 seconds if you need to take photo. Okay, for here you have to work as a group. Although you have to turn in individual research paper, but group presentation for the on-stage oral presentation, that's group presentation. Okay. Back here, I just said that even the same stakeholders, they will have various or different perspectives. Yes or no? Like, think about that. when you are having discussion with your group members or with your friends toward the same issue, well, you have different opinion. Yes, right? So the same group of people or similar group of people or stakeholders, but different perspective is possible. So as a group, you can choose in the end how you are going to present it. You are going to present it from various perspective view or from various stakeholders view. Okay, so if you are from various stakeholders view, you might have different perspective for these stakeholders. Clear? Yes? Okay. So we have to research in the issue from multiple perspective, can be stakeholders' perspective. So this is what you have to do. And for the assignment here, in your group, individually, find at least 3 articles support your perspective. So you have to decide perspective and stakeholder, and then you can find the article related to those perspective or those stakeholders. And you have to read the article, take notes, and submit it and share within your class, within your group and in the class next week. So for example, you have 4 people, right? So each of you have 3 articles, and within your group you have at least 12 articles. So you at least have 12 perspectives or 12 examples to support your arguments. So that's called collectively research to this issue. But you can have your judgment. You believe in it or not, that's your personal opinion. So you can have different conclusion than your groups. Okay, so that's individual paper. Good, clear? Okay, for this reading notes, so you can run here. Issue research and discussion. You can click here. You'll see the reading notes. So you have jot down the title and reference, where do you find it? If it's online article, give this link. If it's a book, give its reference, main idea, key point, and your personal reflection on it. Okay, so you have like at least 3 articles. So this is for this week, and then next week we will continue doing this research to get deeper understanding of this issue, and then you have to prepare for next week's presentation. So week 8, April 9th, we will have issue presentation, 8 minutes per group. So in this presentation, you have to explain your issue, analyze the issue from a role perspective. You have to have a conclusion, and you have to prepare responding to others' challenges or questions. So that's pretty much the timeline for these 3 weeks on issue research and discussion. Clear? Okay, 4th time again. So let's see. Based on your partner's response, does your wallet, the wallet you design, meet your partner's needs? If yes, raise your hand. If the design of the wallet meets your partner's needs, raise your hand. Thank you. Put your hands down. Anything need to be improved? Anything need to be changed? If there is anything need to be improved or changed, raise your hand. Not many? Thank you. Put your hands down. And also, I would like to know, like, can I borrow your Chanel? Yeah, you guys are really creative and good at artifacts, like design or making this beautiful stuff. Okay, a lot of you put like brand on it or different function on it, and I often ask, is this, for example, this brand Chanel? There is Chanel as well? I see a lot of Chanels. I don't know why, but I see a lot. Like young generation likes Chanels. My question is, for this brand, is the designer's idea or the user, which is the partner's idea? Okay, that's the key for design thinking. Thank you. If it is not the user or the target audience or the partner's idea, then you have to alter or change it. So let's see. This is the process. This is the process of design thinking. Basically, design thinking is from Stanford University School of Design. Originally, it's for designers to design things for customer, but it's applicable, it's useful for everything. It will be when you are going to do something for a person, you have to know what he or she needs, and then do the things he or she needs. And that's the process of design thinking. So the first step is the empathy. You have to know what your user, what your partner, what your target audience think about this. His or her or their needs through interview, through experience, through persona. Okay, so basically for this step, we do have, I did have you guys having the class with older generation to experience it, okay? And I also ask you to interview your target audience that you selected for this action plan. So for doing this action plan or for doing your wallet, you have to know what your partner, what your target audience needs through empathy. To find the pain point 痛点 what they need, 他们的痛点，他们需要些什么 from empathy. And then, through their response, you can define what they need, what the problem, what exactly the problem is. So can you, like based on the wallet that you design or based on your interview, can you just shout out what the problem your partner have for their wallet? Can anyone share this? Based on your partner's interview response, what are their needs for their wallet? Anyone? Can anyone share? 你的 partner 对于 wallet 的需求是什么？ Just share one.
So my partner Damien, his original wallet is kind of like this, but he uses this, he has a lot of cards, and could you take out your so his wallet is absolutely thick, and he said that his wallet is a bit too heavy, and he's trying to find a different place to put his card. So this whole volume is mostly by cards. So
So the needs, right, or the problem he has for his wallet is too thick. So as a designer, you have to solve this problem based on his or her his needs. You want to share as well, or no? Okay. So that's the first two steps: empathy and define. So for your action plan, you have to know the target audience and what's their problem through interview or through field experience. This empathy stage, you know what they need for this issue, for this intergenerational communication issue, and then define exactly what the problem is. Okay, and then based on these needs that you define from the empathy stage, you think about the ideas, various ideas that can solve the problem you define. Okay, that's the third step, ideas. So for your action plan, after the step 2, you have to think a lot of various feasible actions that you can take to solve the problem you define. And then the first one will be prototyping. Since you have a lot of ideas, you can pick one, that's the best one you think, then prototype it. It's a sample or model of one of your ideas. And then, just like your wallet, it's a prototype. It's not a real one, but it's a sample. And then bring this sample back to your partner and ask for feedback to test it. Then, if it's okay, if it's his or her needs, then you can really make it. If not, you can go back to various steps. For example, after test, you will think like, oh, this doesn't solve his or her problem. So probably the problem I defined was wrong. So I have to go back to redefine what the problem is. So this 5-step design thinking, you see here, non-linear or iterative. So it will be go back and forth, not linear process. It's called design thinking. Clear enough for design thinking? Good?
Hello everyone, we're Group 7, I'm Bella. Our group members are Monica, Julie, and Liz. Today we are going to present our final project. This is our outline. In this project, we explored the issue of whether technology hampers intergenerational communication. At the beginning, we examined the topic from 3 perspectives: communication, emotional bonds, and reverse mentoring. Our research showed that technology can improve communication efficiency and frequency, foster family relationships, and promote mutual learning. However, we also found some negative effects. Based on these findings, our initial stance was 70% disagree and 30% agree with the statement that technology hampers intergenerational communication. In the middle of the project, we conducted interviews and distributed questionnaires. The results revealed that although technology enhances communication efficiency, it causes the lack of physical interaction and emotional connection. After our group discussion, we adjusted our stance to half agree and half disagree, reflecting a more balanced view of the issue.
According to our interview findings, many interviewees expressed concern that the rapid rise of technology has significantly reduced opportunities for face-to-face communication. With the convenience of smartphones, social media, and online messaging platforms, people have become increasingly reliant on digital interaction, often at the expense of spending quality time together in person. This trend has particularly affected family bonding, where meaningful conversations and shared experiences have been replaced by screen time and individual online activities. And our target audience is our family members. The most important thing is the plan also adaptable to suit different types of family with varying schedules, lifestyles, and preferences. To ensure that the plan is both effective and personalized, we tailored our approach based on the habits, interests, and routines of each family member. The action plan is divided into 4 key components: engage in family activities and experiencing family members' daily routine, both with and without technology.
So for the implementation of our action plan, I experienced daily routines with technology with my mom on May 17th, and the whole activity is separated into 2 parts. In the morning, I experienced my mom's daily routine. I helped take care of my grandpa, cooked, and had lunch together. Through this, I not only learned practical skills, but also gained a better understanding of her thoughts and values. In the afternoon, she stepped into my digital world. Initially, I thought she might want to learn cool tools like using ChatGPT to plan a schedule. But I soon realized he was more interested in learning basic but useful phone functions, like removing photo backgrounds. To my surprise, she also taught me something new that she learned by herself, using images to search for information. This experience helped us understand each other more deeply, spark shared interests, and challenge our assumptions about one another.
In this action plan, I introduced a photo sharing activity where each of us captured moments from our daily lives and uploaded them to a shared line group album. On the weekends, we gathered and talked about stories behind these photos. The album became a kind of visual diary, capturing small but meaningful moments from our everyday lives. For example, my mom shared the photos she created using ChatGPT in a Japanese animation style, while my sister posted pictures of her pet snakes and homemade meals. These photos don't just disappear in the chat history and get forgotten. Instead, they become stories we shared when we gathered together. And unlike brief replies or stickers we usually send on our phones, share these photos comes with real responses and rich conversations. And even though they don't usually take photos to document their lives, they made an effort to participate. And this made the experience feel even more special and meaningful.
My action plan is called Role Exchange Day. My mom and I spent the weekend experiencing each other's life. For example, I experienced going to the traditional market to buy grocery and doing housework and cook. My mom experienced studying, taking notes, and doing some of my after-class hobbies, like drawing. However, one small regret is that Since it was the weekend, my mom couldn't truly experience my school life, such as socializing, participating in activities, or attending classes. Finally, we share our feedbacks and reflections and collect them into a note-take diary. We can share the most impressive and hardest moment. It's inevitable to encounter difficulties during the process, so we can share them with each other and come up with solutions together through discussion and reflection.
I implemented the phone-free time activities with my family. We took a walk and played board games together. On the weekend, my family and I took a walk to a carrefour which is 2.3 kilometers away from our house after dinner. We had a great chat and shared stories about things that happened while we were living apart. When we got back home, we ate some fruit and played cards like poker and Uno. Actually, we also did activities that involved technology. We watched a variety show during lunch and a movie during dinner. We discussed the plot and guessed about what might happen next. It was a fulfilling weekend, and all of our family members enjoyed this family bonding time.
After implementing the 4 family bonding time activities, we interviewed our family members to get feedback from them. We expect that these activities would help promote face-to-face interactions and strengthen emotional connections with our family members, despite challenges like time conflict, lack of motivation, lack of mutual understanding, and common topics. And in the interview, they shared that these activities are not only enhanced face-to-face interactions and strengthened emotional connection, but also help them better understanding one another. And the activities have the potential to become a regular family bonding routine. But they suggested that we can keep activities varied if this becomes a regular family bonding activity. Then we start to reflect on questions like how to turn our family bonding activity into a regular one, how to broaden the scope of the activity that can tailor to all family units, and how to introduce variety into each activity to keep everyone interested, motivated, and engaged.
To answer this question, let's move on to suggestions for future plans. A plan isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's designed to be customizable for different families. So for a long-term plan, our goal is to expand our target audience to every family. To reach this, we've created a guideline. The guideline questions will include 4 sections: need understanding, preference exploring, time setting, and goal setting, which can help them understand each other's need and decide their own bounding activities by provoking their thoughts. Also, going forward, we plan to expand the number of activity categories in order to reach different types of families' needs. That way, we can offer more flexible and diverse options for families to choose from. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you.